Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and we're here at the famed Pierre Hotel in New York City, and I'm with Francois-Olivier Luiggi, the General Manager of this fabulous property. Now, Francois, we wanted to talk a little bit about the history of this property because a lot of us have heard about the hotel for a long period of time. Tell us a little bit about the history of the Pierre.
Well, the Pierre opened its door in 1930 and almost immediately became the center for entertainment in New York with a lot of famous restaurants, nightclubs, supper clubs. And by 1938, John Paul Getty had purchased the hotel, and at the time it was its only asset above ground, as John Paul Getty was in oil. And he took really special, he took very good care of the Pierre, was very attached to the property, and started probably 30 years of remodeling, upgrading, and constantly changing to adjust to the different scene. He opened several restaurants, he opened a grill, and he worked with a famous architect. And he's responsible really for that connection that the Pierre has with Hollywood. When he started selling apartments at the Pierre, the first person to buy was Liz Taylor, with her husband Eddie Fisher at the time.
Okay, so Liz Taylor was here. Now, Francois, you've been at the Pierre since August 2015. Tell us a little bit about the changes you've made to the property and what kind of your strategy is here.
Well, the thing I focused on really is all the public space and the experience of the Pierre. The big trend now is people are, again, looking for experiencing a hotel from its lobby, restaurant, outlets. And the Pierre has so much beautiful spaces. Over the year, they had been turned over to use for parties and weddings. And what we've done is bring back some of those iconic spaces to be used as lounges and part of the lobby. The most famous room we have is the Rotunda. Mm-hmm. And of course, that was used.
Yeah, I saw it below. It's amazing. The decor is
beautiful. It's a spectacular room. So now it's back as a lounge. And we've reopened that last August. We restored all the murals, and with Daniel Romualdez, the interior designer and architect, he really helped us, put the right furniture and sort of bring back that room. That's really the center of the hotel. Then we opened a French restaurant, a French bistro. We opened an outdoor terrace, and then we really trying to accommodate the surge of interest in traditional afternoon tea that we're serving in our lounge, and expanded those hours actually, since it's in such high demand. So that's been the main focus, the sort of the arrival experience and how people can enjoy all the spaces at the Pierre.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you about the dining, and you've answered those questions great. I did experience tea at the Pierre, which is now hopefully will become an institution, and I did experience the restaurant as well, which was very nice. I got to tell you, it's a very nice restaurant, and I never even thought about the Pierre with a restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, the restaurant is a big success. Our chef Ashford has really, we wanted a French restaurant. We wanted a lighter French restaurant, bistro. But he really did a lot of research on the original recipes. We had Auguste Escoffier was the opening chef at the Pierre. So we have, 80 years of menus and events, and he's really been able to take some of those classics and adjust them for today's taste and make a really interesting menu.
And you're talking about a little bit more about the public areas. You do have the Rotunda, but then you have some fabulous ballrooms in the hotel that are just, the decor is out of sight.
Mm-hmm. I know that we have two large ballrooms. One is the Cotillion Room, and that one faces Central Park. It was the famous nightclub, supper club, big band during the 40s and 50s, even all the way to the 60s. And then it became one of the most sought-after venue for parties, functions, fundraisings, weddings.
And it still is, I think.
It still is. And today, actually, the events are getting more sophisticated. Now it's most weddings or parties will use the entire second floor, all 20,000 square feet of space, wow. The ballroom, the Rotunda, the Cotillion Room, and people are really trying to design those unique and amazing experiences for those events, and we're right there with them.
Now talk a little bit about the room product itself and how that may have changed in the last few years.
Yeah, so Taj, first thing the company did is to renovate the room product and do a lot of work. The heavy construction, windows, all the plumbing, electrical, all these things are state of the art. They redid, and then they try to keep all the beautiful original detail that we still have, fireplaces, plaster moldings, things that were done, 80 years ago. So keep all this beautiful original detail and really lighten everything up and update the furnishing and create sort of this understated elegance, which is really sort of the DNA of the Pierre.
Right. Now, the other thing is I think this is known as, in part, a residential hotel. How many hotel rooms versus residence do you have?
So the building is split 2/3, 1/3 really. There's about 75 private apartments that occupy 2/3 of the building, and the hotel is 189 rooms and suites.
No, that's, yeah.
It's really great. The suites are designed like apartments, really. They have entry foyer, they have a service entrance, pantries, kitchens, living room, dining rooms.
Yeah, well, it's in
Quite
fact,
a special
I think there's one suite which has hosted, I believe, Prince Charles here, right?
Yes, we don't want to give names, but we've hosted many royalties, celebrities. And because people are looking for hotels today, that feel like you're at home, especially when you travel a lot or a lot of celebrities always on the road. The fact you can be somewhere and feel at home is very important, and feel at home and feel like you're in New York.
Right. Now, Francois, you've actually had a great experience here in New York. You've been with a number of properties here. How do you compare the Pierre to maybe some of the other properties you've experienced, and what makes it different?
Well, the location is unbelievable. We are right on Central Park, right at the entrance. You get out of the hotel, you cross the street, and this is Central Park. So that's really, the location is really spectacular. And the rest, of course, is that the sort of classic elegance, which is basically gone from most of New York. Most of New York is finished. You can't find properties that have been able to maintain their soul for 85 years as we have, and that sort of classic elegant service that you can get it here.
Fantastic. Now, the last question I have for you is, what does the future hold for the Pierre? Where do you see, what are some of the things you have planned?
The future of the Pierre is really offering people who come to New York the probably would be one of the last place you can experience classic New York. Because of the location, because of the level of service, and also because the hotel was designed also as a residence, and it has that residential feel that people are really looking for. So we see, the demand is increasing. More and more people come to New York. I think we had about 1 or 2 million visitors a year. So the Pierre is really at the forefront of people who are looking for that classic experience.
Well, Francois, thank you for taking the time to fill us in on a classic and really iconic New York property, the Pierre.
Thank you very much.
I'm James Schillinglaw for Insider Travel Report.